What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nalo Kicking Knowledge. Today is episode 7 of Mercury through Signs, Libra. This is funny because it's like I want to hurry up and get Libra done because everybody wants Scorpio. It's amazing, actually. I've had so many emails about waiting for Mercury and Scorpio. Even people on Facebook, I'm Mercury and Scorpio. Even people who are not Mercury and Scorpio want the Mercury and Scorpio video so they can figure these people out. So let's get into this, and I will give y'all Mercury and Scorpio tomorrow. Alright? So, what's Mercury? Our analytical intelligence, how we read, how we write, how we memorize things, our overall intellect. Okay? It is our communication style. How do these words sound coming out of our mouth? And it represents our skills, more specifically, skills by hands. What's Libra? Libra, ruled by Venus, is the sign of partnerships. It's a sign of harmony. Libra very much so wants to be surrounded by beautiful things. They want to stay in balance. They want to, keep the peace, make it fair, all of that. Right? So let's get into it. Great potential here, but for those of you who know, who's been watching, you know what I'm going to say next. What's the depositor? What sign is Venus in? This is important because it's really going to color how Mercury interacts with people, right? Let's say, let's just hypothetically say Venus ends up in Aries, 180 degrees away, right? This can make one very combative, okay? Very much like I have to defend myself, not a pushover, kind of maybe argumentative, right? But maybe the lesson here will be like, you gotta know when to fight and when to just compromise. Something this Mercury is very good at, right? Because Libra wants to keep the peace, right? But like I said, what sign the Venus is in is going to have a huge effect upon Mercury. If Venus is here in its own sign, woo, all eyes on me. I know I could talk anybody, into what I want them to do for me. I can hang out with any type of social group. I can make partnerships with people from different countries or whatever. So we got to figure out how our own Venus is affecting this Mercury. Then, of course, we want to check Mercury's aspects, okay? But overall here, Mercury has a desire to be artistic, okay? And, go be artistic or be around artistic people, okay? So friendship-wise, you'll find that, these Mercury and Libra people have really good-looking friends, really artsy friends, you know what I mean? Or just overall well-balanced friendships, okay? You won't be getting into too many arguments with these people unless, some things going on in the chart or whatever. So naturally, this Mercury is inclined towards things like politics, fashion, because remember, Libra wants to look good, right? It likes pretty things. Mercury's the hands. Say we get Saturn is exalted here, so we could get somebody with, like some fine, creativity, that designs, that makes dresses or whatever, all right? So like I said, lots of potential here. Gotta see what Venus is doing. You gotta see, who Mercury is aspecting. Okay, obviously, in terms of partnerships, more specifically romantic partnerships, communication is key, right? If you're a Scorpio or a Virgo, something with your Mercury and Libra, you should go after a Sun in Libra, all right? Because you want somebody you can look up to. Or maybe just somebody that's really compatible to your Mercury sign. Somebody who encourages your intellect. So here's the secret to Mercury and Libra. Kind of all Libra placements. You ready? You feed off of the people you're in partnerships with. Okay? Mercury is, what is that? It loves to imitate, right? So what we find here is that whoever these people are, around on a constant basis, they're feeding off of them. In some way, they're imitating that person. Okay? Real talk is a major secret. So let's say you're a poet, right? And you link heads, one of your good friends is a painter, right? You will start to feed off of the creativity of the person who is a painter. Maybe you'll be inspired, to pick up that hobby, or your own poetry will go a notch up from interacting with this person. Okay, so you gotta keep this in mind. Partnerships are key. You get the most out of your intellect when you're inspired by others. So I would say, seek friendships with positive signs. Okay, this is a masculine sign. Seek partnerships with people of the same element, Geminis, Aquariuses, right? Because Libra is very, very affected by the environment. So say you're watching this and you're like, man, I know a Mercury in Libra who has a pretty chill Venus and or whatever, but they're pretty combative, or they just don't say much. Well, here's the next thing that plays into learning from partnerships. You gotta look at the person's parents. Mercury relates to childhood and stuff like that. So the next thing that you'll find that plays into my point before is that these people are heavily inspired by their parents, okay, and the early on environment, right? That the things that they witness. So if mom or dad was a teacher, naturally this Mercury and Libra was like, I think teaching would be a good thing to undertake. All right. So now, if they grow up in a really combative environment, this is going to be reflected in their behavior. Over time, they do have potential to come up to their potential of being that peacemaker or whatever, but the environment in which they grow up just has a major effect on them. So all in all, you need people, right? If you're ever feeling creatively blocked or like you don't know what to do with your life, the partnerships in your life may not be the correct ones. You literally thrive off of positive people and balanced people or whatever. So this, like I said, this Mercury is good for a whole lot of things, a whole lot. Say it's a Sun in Virgo with Mercury and Libra. What's gonna happen here is that you may attract a person who does the things you may not be doing for yourself. So say we have a Sun in Virgo who just isn't organized, who just isn't neat. They're gonna seek out a partner, who, or maybe they're not communicative enough. They're gonna seek out a partner who can play that role for them. Okay, if it's a Sun in Libra with the Mercury and Libra, this naturally makes one charming. The person understands that, okay, if I'm gonna ever get anywhere in the world, I'm gonna need to somewhat please people, and that could kind of be a huge. It's been said, oh, Mercury and Libra are just people pleasers, but I just look at it in the sense of it's influence. They're feeding off of the influence, and they have a need to want to keep the peace, right? Say you get Sun in Scorpio, Mercury in Libra. Oh, so much potential. So much potential to go understand. This is like a relationship expert, right? This is somebody who can also be, a social worker. But Overall, the desire for this Mercury is to get out and communicate with people and learn from others. And then from there, that helps them form, like, you know, somewhat of their own identity, or lets them know how to apply their intellect. Alright? So guys, this is my episode of Mercury in Libra. I hope you guys enjoyed. Up next, we got Scorpio, the most, you know, anticipated of them all. So I gotta go and I gotta prepare. Alright? If you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so. If you need a reading, hit me up. Until next time, peace.